That's right. So today we will try to resume in 30 minutes the top trends detected analyzing the Spring-Summer 24 shows, starting from quantitative analysis of product and color range. And then we will deep dive into trend stories with key look, details, accessories, and to finish, we will show you some AI generation to interpret the design trends. So for a short intro about Livetrend for the one that are joining us for the first time. So Livetrend is a digital solution providing data-driven trend analysis and competitive intelligence in the same platform. Leveraging big data and AI, we forecast trend with the highest accuracy to help you capitalize on the right products and fulfill your collection with bestsellers. We are pioneers of data-driven trend forecasting, and we rely on artificial intelligence to detect and track the trends on the market, analyzing more than 30,000 products per week on e-commerce, on the fashion show, analyzing more than 50,000 products per season, and on Instagram, analyzing more than 3 million images per month. This amount of information is impossible to gather manually, and that's why we have developed our technology to give you the most reliable information so you can avoid basing your strategy on intuitions and losing time in tasks that we have automatized, and so you can be more efficient and even more sustainable, producing less but better. Livetrend is a collaborative platform designed for the entire value chain and providing different tools, helping strategic teams work together and sharing the same information. What do you gain using Livetrend is to replace unsold goods with best-selling products, stop the margin loss of discount increasing your sellout, and you save time and you gain efficiency, making the right data-driven decisions. If you want to know more about our methodology, feel free to contact us, and we will be pleased to show you how we work and give you a tour of the platform. As pioneer of data-driven trend analysis and forecasting, we are at the forefront of fashion tech and keeping up with the latest developments. So today we will show you how at Livetrend we can translate the million of data we analyze into product images that transform the right set of trend into picture of the future bestsellers. Because if you are a designer, I'm sure you're struggling to make your manager or colleague understand your idea with a sketch. And on the other end, if you're the manager, you're struggling to understand this sketch. And we know that interpretation, sometimes it's very hard and sometimes it's so frustrating. So now with generative AI, you can have a real help to make your vision come true and share it with other teams or even with your final consumer to test the appeal of your next collection. But now let's go to the trends, and I let the stage to Julia.
Thank you so much, Barbara. So hey again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm super excited to guide you through all of the season's design trends and the emerging aesthetic that we have decoded with our data-driven methodology. And I'm also happy, as Barbara already mentioned previously, to present you with all of our new generative AI technology and to teach you and show you how we develop these new runway trends even further and how we can ignite new creativity with this incredible tool. But let's begin with a general introduction of the entire fashion weeks. So for spring-summer collections, we saw that they forged a new path for this highly coveted trend of quiet luxury. So across the capitals, all of these new collections really showed a brilliant mastery of tailoring and draping and really focus on the perfect execution of cuts and a refined attention to detail. This season developed a kind of new chic that aimed to balance between familiar and new, and that sparks imagination while nodding to the past. So for SS24, we could see a lot of references to past periods. So for example, 90s minimalism has grown by 64%, 60s space age by a whopping 158%, and Y2K grunge that still remains an important trend that grew 34% from the last year. And all of these are one of the most relevant flashbacks of the season. So now I give to Barbara to give you a quick overview of the entire assortment.
Not sure. Yes.
Yes.
This presentation is the result of analyzing 300 shows from the 4 fashion capitals with approximately 12,000 images and 55,000 products. For the ones that are not familiar with our data, in this presentation, we will highlight the visibility of the trends, that is the number on the shows presenting a specific fashion attribute. Then you will see a percentage that is the growth index of the trend compared to spring-summer 23, and some graph to represent the trend evolution over the past 3 seasons. Using our algorithm, we are able to cross-reference several sources and predict the trend behavior that we classify from hedgy trend to last call ones, as you can see in the legend in this slide. Okay, so starting from a quantitative analysis of the global assortment of the shows, we can see how the different categories are moving toward 2024. But let's give more quality to this data and start saying how tailoring remains a big stable trend, with blazer increasing 8%, coats 12%, and tailoring pants 32% compared to spring-summer 23. It's not surprising to see consumer search for tailoring now rising by 6% to last year. Data shows that dresses are definitely back at the first place of the range, gaining 9% from the spring-summer 23 runway. If you remember, for spring-summer 23, the protagonists were trousers, and for spring-summer 24, this category remained stable. And it's worth mentioning that shorter lengths are really on top of the trend, and cargo pants are decreasing to last year, following the trend behavior that we already spot during the winter shows. Tops are increasing in visibility, and one of the protagonists is certainly shirts, rising by 13% from last summer, while t-shirts are in decline. Skirts are gaining visibility, rising 25%, and where low-rise midi skirts take the major visibility. But the highest growth index is about the volume skirts, short or long, by the way. So jackets are turning to leather and vegan option, plus, if I'm not wrong, 10% to last year, to design more durable and long-lasting products, while coats are taking the stage with the rise of tailored maxi coats, trench, and sleek sleeveless styles. If we talk about colors, we can see how spring-summer 24 offers a diverse range of options, from serenity and nostalgia to vibrancy and sophistication. So the season shows a preference for quiet pastel colors with natural tones, white and grays, taking over from the domination of bold colors from the last summer seasons. And other standout colors are metallics, which have grown by 90% and were featured in average 600 looks, from the warm nostalgia of gold to the futuristic appeal of silver. And brown is maintained as a relevant shade in more than 554 look exactly, and it's now taking a more infused red tint. Globally, the spring-summer collection will be more oriented to a serene and vibrant palette of sophisticated color. But now let's go to the qualitative analysis of the fashion show trends with Giulia.
Thank you so much. So let's take a look at the first trend concept that we have decoded from the SS24 shows. This design story we call polished pragmatism. Here, designers are really leaning into this need for easy wear and versatile designs in order to create a more timeless wardrobe. This modern summer update is looking beyond stressful workdays and proposes collections that easily transfer from the office to the beach. It combines business staples with sporty and juxtaposing playfulness. Across the shows, we could see these related keywords like preppy increase by 23% and sports styles increase by a stable 2%. Leading this aesthetic certainly are brands like Miu Miu, Gucci, Prada, and JW Anderson. If we're looking at the key looks of polished pragmatism, we can see that this trend explores pared-back essentials, refined tailoring, performance pieces, and creates this interesting mix of masculine and feminine elements. We can see business essentials like the blazer that is manifesting this season, especially in these trending power dressing interpretations. So now we have this power blazer, and it is paired with baggy longline Bermudas for a trendy, fresh, formal silhouette. And as an iconic product that Barbara previously mentioned, the classic shirt was certainly featured in more than 1,400 looks and contributes to the unisex formal notion on the catwalks. On the other hand, we have a contemporary take on classic American leisure wear that proposes the polo top and other easy knitwear pieces in either very shrunken Y2K fits or this baggy boyfriend urban character. And for the most daring combinations, we can see brands like Miu Miu implement these swimming trunks or Dries van Noten with sporting tops that are colliding with tailoring elements to really enhance this leisure, so a mix of business and leisure feel. And now I give to Barbara for,
Yeah, let's have a look at the key element of this design trend called polished pragmatism. Grayscales are rising by 47% year on year. This natural color speaks about formal wear on tailored gabardines and as much as casual and sports on jerseys. So as a key pattern for this design trend and the safe bet for 2024, pinstripes and checks are protagonists. Perfect for city looks in this transitional mood, but please consider also checks on georgette and pinstripe on linen for your summer outfits. And now we can have a look at accessories with Simona.
So for this design team, accessories focus on the sleek uniform look. So we've seen eyewear adapt to this notion with ironic yet sophisticated glasses that are playing with a nerdy and librarian character. And they're adding a dose of fun to the stylized and classy look. For bags, new essential bags elevate clean designs with intriguing details. So the belt top handle combines a detail we've seen rising lately with elegant and sophisticated outline. And finally, moving to shoes, the loafer manifests a plus 17% growth compared to previous summer looks. And as an update, it is coming with heels and perfectly combines comfy office look with a modern feminine notion.
Thank you so much, Simona. So now, as you can see, for each trend, we have used our new in-house generative AI technology to take these seasonal top products, prints, fabrics, and attributes to a next level. Here, we are really able to combine our data-driven insights with artificial creativity in order to imagine entirely new styles that can describe the future. So for polished pragmatism, we have AI generated these 4 core silhouettes to interpret the particular trend. We can see how a crisp white shirt turns into a hybrid dress, or the power blazer that I've talked about that is being worn with these beach-ready sandals to create this kind of out-of-office leisure feel. The next AI-generated silhouette includes, these tailored leather shorts paired with essential unisex hoodies to propose a very versatile look as well as this mini set that is worn with knee-high socks, which have certainly been one of the leading soft accessories of the season. And when we talk accessories, we have also reimagined the trapeze top handle bag in this slightly deconstructed but still very polished manner. And we're also proposing the heeled leather loafer that Simona had mentioned with a curated retro touch. And now we're jumping right into our second SS24 design trend. Here we have decoded this neo-space age story. So in this interpretation of the theme, designers have really revived the iconic 60s aesthetic, which is definitely increasing by a whopping 160% and given it a contemporary twist. New references combine more artificial expressions with clean design to really serve the needs of sophisticated modern women. So today we can see this sense of 90s minimalism update this classic sci-fi 60s look. and adding a sense of, let's say, seductive ease, that comes with this 90s sleaziness. So for the trend's color harmony, metallics and augmented pastel shades collide with clinical whites and a sense of lunar gray. The trend's new keywords certainly are sleek, dynamic, and light, and leading brands for this theme are Sportmax, Tory Burch, Versace, and Prada. And now for the new Space Age's key look, we can see silhouettes that reflect this mesmerizing blend of past and present. With new minimal undertones, we see gentler bodycon silhouettes meet meticulous tailored features. So this retro-futuristic style really covers anything from city dressing to evening wear. And we see sleek blazers that are increasing by 7%, also being paired with these micro mini bottoms that Barbara already pointed out as a standout of the season. We also see these clinical sleeveless dress, shifting minis, or crisp maxi coats that are performing as the leading products of this space age story and generally are very relevant across the catwalks. New highlights also include very preppy, almost bougie 60s car coats, as well as the capri pant that are also in their minimalism, creating a very nostalgic courage moment. And now I'm giving back to Barbara.
Yeah, as key element of this neo space age trend, certainly metallics are here to add a clean and futuristic look to the products. And as one of the major trends of spring-summer 24, monochrome looks and sheer materials are dominating the show by visibility. Connect through a feeling of dreamy lightness, sheers are played in layer and on different material as woven, knit, mesh, creating this surprising barely there moment. And then let's have a look to the accessories.
Thank you, Barbara. So for the more futuristic theme, accessories are crucial for the perfect space age look. And here, glasses combine the trending racer aesthetic with a new sleek outline, accentuating the season's minimal notion. And for bags, the see-through effect emerged for SS24, and invisible bags are on the forefront, both in moldable plastic materials or as proposed hard cases. The transparency factor renders bag for more foreign and futuristic looks. And finally, for shoes, the pointy mules perfectly express the concept of minimal products and new lab-grown experiments with new silhouette. Shaper points feels clean, while new extremes and morphism can even enhance the foreign outer space appeal. And now I'm passing to Julia again for AI.
Thank you so much. So for this new space age story, we've AI generated these 4 core silhouettes that are based on our data analytics. So you can see from these clean cut mini hemlines to crisp outerwear that the idea of flashback futurism is really depicting basics with a distinctly sleek and polished finishing. For more feminine silhouettes, we can see these layered sheers creating a look of foreign elegance, or see how rather minimal product silhouettes are enriched by an otherworldly second skin, almost liquid finish. And for accessories, we have AI proposed these interpretations of transparent bags that we've mentioned previously here in a very commercially appealing tote style, as well as these pointy metallic mules that have a very futuristic touch due to their metallic leather finish. So now we're already jumping into trend number 3, that is divine creatures. So we have really decoded a distinctly divine and mythological notion that designers have implemented this season. From goddesses to sirens, we've seen this new magical touch where beings are wrapped in precious, sensual, and fluid pieces. Draped designs and trailing details are really crucial to emphasize the aesthetic's mythological and dreamy feminine character. Most emblematic for this look are trendy white monochrome silhouettes, any type of shimmers or subtle gradients to enforce this ethereal momentum. Divine creatures is definitely a trend to convey, no, not yet, Barbara, sorry. It's definitely a trend to convey purity and lightness and to refresh summer collections after we've seen a lot of seasons of dark subversion. And leading this trend are definitely brands like Blue Marine, where we've seen this angel collection that you can also see in this mood board, Christopher Esber, Di Pezza with all of their siren-like characters, and Paco Rabanne. But now moving to the key looks. Here we incorporate a wide range of these draped pieces that I've talked about. So overall draping has definitely increased by 21% this year and is turning dresses and skirts into these new fluid layers. This time, everything that is gathered and draped feels extremely soft. And I think this is quite interesting to mention because this really reinforces that we're developing a new idea of sensual seduction. So we're kind of moving away from the hypersexual feel that we've experienced in the previous seasons. On these new softer silhouettes, the cutouts remain an interesting detail, but they're way more subtle and they feel even more mythical when embellished with gemstones or any other trim. And at the same time, anything that is asymmetric, or we also see an increase in these off-shoulder necklines, is interpreting an idea of indulgence and antiquity and really bringing out the essence of the trend.
Now let's have a look at the key element of divine creatures. And we see that white, of course, is the most pure and divine color. But the trend is not looking for a perfect white, but the intent is to rediscover the natural color of fibers using less dyes, which restrict the product for recyclability. So, and to give more femininity to those natural color, satin and shiny aspects are bringing sophistication, also adding, bio-based and recycled option for lurex and sequins. About patterns, here it's about nostalgia and rediscovering antique motifs and symbols to reuse to give a new meaning and message to clothes. Let's have a look at the accessories, Simona.
Thank you, Barbara. So for these trends accessories, antique allure merges into modernity. So within bags, the moon-shaped style had already a strong visibility over the past few seasons and is still growing steadily with a plus 180% growth rate. This time, the bag is insisting on sculptural features and it is combining arch shells or sculpted but softer bodies, as we can see in Bottega Veneta, for example. While for footwear, the Gladiator sandal is peaking from SS24 with a solid growth of more than 800% yearly. And for the summer, looks focus on chic finishings and extreme lacing to elevate the historical item into a modern context. And finally, in this design theme, indulgent jewels are crucial to embellish the divine silhouette. The new designs will play with more abstract features on massive bodies sculpted in precious gold to make a luxurious statement.
Thank you so much. So for divine creatures, we have AI generated these 4 leading silhouettes that are based on the season's must-have elements and product shapes. You can see this long line sparkle skirt that is definitely one of the standout trends, which is here toned down with an easy tank top to create a more versatile look. Similarly pure, we have a second look that depicts a satin tunic with trailing sleeves to enhance a rather basic shape with a sense of mythical and magical luster. The trend's focus on draping is turned into fluid symmetry with artificial intelligence. So you can see in our third look that this almost toga-inspired dress is including a dreamy sheer top layer and is feeling seductive but also pure. And in our last look, this idea of tender draping is creating this soft off-shoulder silhouette and is really enhanced by this barely there transparency and the serene pastel color choice. And for accessories, our AI-generated moon bag is featuring this precious sculptural element that we have detected in the shows, while the strappy sandal is taking inspiration from this classic gladiator footwear structure. And now we're already jumping into our last design narrative of today, where we have decoded the story of tough terrains. This trend is definitely continuing the subversive language of design that has built up over the previous season and that puts us in a rebellious off-grid setting. This particular story is really important for the youth market and it explores utility through a Y2K grungy lens. The overall effect is rather post-apocalyptic and urban. We see the rigid codes of tailoring and corsetry collide into this swampy villain silhouette. And this trend mud-inspired palette that is increasing by plus 6% this season It's definitely enhanced also with these new leather options that feel very, rigid, heavy duty to reinforce the rough and outcast feel of this trend. Leading this story are definitely brands like Dion Lee, Mugler, Charlotte Knowles, and Elena Vélez, where the models literally fought through the mud during the show, as you can see in the backstage image on the right. And now we're jumping into the trend's key looks that are definitely generating a rather playful but deadly wardrobe, where silhouettes are based around masculine staples and also sexy club dressing. So for example, the retro racer jacket definitely remains a crucial must-have with an 11% growth rate and big visibility. We can see also that bustier tops and penny-like hot pants are performing super well, and here in this trend, definitely in these more rigid and rustic makeover. So crucial design details for this tough terrain story include anonymous hoods, multi-pocket features, and rave-inspired strap elements. Overall, the look is really introducing a lot of micro hems that are juxtaposed with these harsh thigh high, especially flat footwear or boots, and even hefty masculine outdoor pieces to create this really exciting contrast. And now I think I give to Barbara again.
Yeah, so as key element of tough terrain, you can definitely look into greens and specifically in khakis. That remains a solid choice for the next summer. From its classic military tints to green olive shades and also the limey ones, khaki are another perfect, neutral, timeless shade. And here, talking about materials, we definitely have to mention leather because, of course, it's a long-lasting and durable material that is used here for the most fashionable pieces with those brushed and used effects. And to add a femininity, the favorite pattern here is floral, which maintain its leadership on prints, but we should say that the next summer won't be a season of prints, since globally they are decreasing by 31%. And now let's have a look at the accessories.
Thank you. So for this final design team, accessories focus on a survivalist and functional notion. For boots, the thigh-high keeps its appeal, but is presented in a more functional version. So it's heavy, utilitarian, and more masculine. And new designs are centered around the idea of protection rather than seduction. For bags, multi-pocket bags maintain their visibility across the shows, with brands like Miu Miu exploring these functional yet sleek designs for another season. And the multi-pocket bag focuses on rigid leathers for a durable and subtle vintage feel. And finally, speaking of add-ons, the leg protector rose in visibility lately and remains a fashionable feature to explore and also to get creative with. So for this trend product, we've seen new combinations with more feminine items to explore an apocalyptic undertone on classic sandals, on heels, and also on ballet flat. And now I give it back to Julia.
Thank you so much. So for tough terrains, we have AI generated a set of core looks that are ranging from urban everyday to seductive nighttime. So you can see that this leather jacket is taking a rustic perfecto-like appearance, and it is combined with these increasingly shorter hemline bottoms. Also, these mini hot pants that we were talking about previously are here updated in these heavy duty leather options and create products that are able to update even these classic tank top combinations. If we're looking at more elegant interpretations, we can see from our AI generations that the trending halter neckline can really enrich tops and dresses with a sophisticated yet still a bit Dune-esque or warrior-esque undertone. For this season, we've also proposed this tailored baggy pants as a stable trend that is bridging perfectly between this grungy but still chic and sophisticated aesthetic. And for accessories, as mentioned by Simona, this multi-pocket shoulder bag remains crucial, especially within this trend's rustic leather interpretations for a bit of a utilitarian look. And also this peep-toe sock boot is manifesting the early signs that we've seen in preceding fashion shows and translates this leg protector into a bit of a more commercial product.
And so we have finished for today with our trend recap. we won't have the time to tell you everything and deep dive in all the must-have by color, material, or category. But anyway, I hope we've given you an idea on how Livetrend is an incredible tool, giving you objective insight and reliable analysis to help you capitalize on the right trends and build successful collection. In this difficult economic context, adapting to unpredictable consumer demand, inflation, and lower purchasing power is challenging. We know that. And today, Livetrend expertise has become crucial to help getting the trends and the quantity right, optimizing the product mix while avoiding false prediction. And do you want to know the proof of our efficiency? Our client increased their turnover by 24% average last year using Livetrend. So why stop here when you can take your collection to the next level? So if you are not a Livetrend client yet and you would like to get all the trend insights drilled down by category, you can contact me for a demo or a demo of the platform, or even a specific presentation with my team, and we can study all the relevant trends for your brand. And if you want to push innovation even further, we are able to generate your future bestseller with AI and turn our million of data into concrete images of product that you can use internally for workshop, focus group, or on your social media, for example, to test the appeal of your product even before designing it. So thank you very much to all the attendees. Today we had like 440 people registered on LinkedIn. So we are very proud of your interest and this momentum we are living this year with Livetrend. I can see so many familiar faces here, and also we are curious to know more about the one we don't know and understand your needs and how we can help. So now you have time for your questions. So if you want to take the stage, and then you can switch on your microphone and speak or write some question, and we are here to help you and answer to your questions. Yeah, thank you, Emily. I see you really appreciate our AI generation, and we are always amazed at how, you know, it's look very inspiring, and also we can really go to a product that is really, you know, true and really realistic. I mean,
yeah, that's really interesting to see how you can make the good balance between something does not exist and something could be a little bit seen on the shows. It's very, very great. It's quite new for me. It's always strange, the AI, but it's a good way to use it, I think. It's very, very good.
It's nice to drill down, you know, the trends, because on fashion show all the time, you know, it's very inspiring and sometimes difficult to adapt to the market. Yeah. And so we can use, you know, the data from the market and the, you know, of the client, and then adapt all these, you know, data rising with the market data, and then we have this mix that you know, transform in something, you know, really adaptable, because our focus is really to find the next bestsellers. And you know, we have also, you know, the image product and the one that are, you know, trendy to attract the client, but really we have to focus in this difficult time on what, you know, our client can really sell.
No, and I think it's especially with these AI generations is super interesting for us, because we don't need to be like mood boarding all of the top, you know, trends. Like this is the top color, this is the top fabric, this is whatever the top silhouette, into, oh yeah, now imagine something with this, but basically put it through a machine and get the right image like already. So it's a great way, especially to utilize our data that is so precise when it comes to, you know, the attributes, the length, the detail, the finishing. Yeah, it's a very incredible tool, actually.
It's concrete and accessible at the same time. It's very great. Good job.
Thank you so much. And also be aware that these were just 4 trends, but in total we have detected these stories, or stories like this. I think we have like 9 or 10 from the runways that are definitely related to different markets and, interpreting different kind of aesthetics, definitely. So if you want to learn more about the rest, of course, all of our clients can find this on the platform, but for the rest, reach out and we can discuss further.
Thank you, Davide. And we're very happy, to share ideas. And if you really want to contact us after the webinar just to discuss or just have, more information about what we do and even this AI generation, because I can see in the message you're very curious about that. Don't be shy. We will be very happy to speak with you and explain to you how we work. Right. I think it's the right time to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely week.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.